Today I'm going to be talking about what I think is the best pattern for part-time traders or new traders. This is an afternoon setup that is the most reliable setup that I've been trading for over a decade. Hey everyone, lead trainer with Stocks to Trade, Tim Bowen here. Be sure to subscribe, ring that bell, and share with your friends. We're putting out a ton of videos lately, live videos, podcasts, how-to videos like this, tips and tricks. We're really proud of this channel. Would love for you to share it with your friends, and be sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you know as soon as I go live. All right, today we're going to be talking about a pattern many of you have asked me to describe. I believe we've got several videos over on the channel where I explain it, but I don't think I've ever done a screen share of this pattern. So what it is that VWAP hold high of day pattern. Now, it's not just a pattern. Something that I teach in the Steady Trade team is you have to have a why, a thesis, okay? There's there's thousands of stocks moving big every day. How do you decide which one? I mean, we're in the middle of the busiest market I've ever seen in my 15 years of day trading. You need a system to break it down and pick that one, maybe two, maybe three stocks. Because listen, this pattern, the chart pattern you're looking at on screen right now, there's 10 setups doing this today. You can't trade all 10, especially if you're under the PDT, especially if you're a part-time trader. I mean, if you're trying to do this from work with the boss behind you, you can't make 10 trades a day. But you can grow your account and get over that PDT by focusing on this pattern. So I'm going to explain the pattern first, then I'm going to explain the thesis and how you find the best VWAP hold high at day breaks. Okay, so what we've got here is SR&E. Let me bring up a wider chart on this just to give you some context. I'm going to go to a 1-year chart. So you can see criteria number one, former runner. Okay, this stock has made big moves in the past. You can see in May, it went from the low 2s to 10 in 2 days. Then pulled back, recently broke out last week at 10 again. Nice breakout on that double top, which is another pattern we'll talk about. Then you can see it's now ripped, hitting the high of the day, probably closes the day at 20. You can look back. We're recording this summer of 2020. But that being said, I've got a former runner stock. Also, it's in the hot sector. Okay, this is a coronavirus related play. That's why it moved big back in May when they had some news. Other thing, ridiculous volume. Tons of buyers. I still remember that day back in May when this stock traded 500 million shares in one day. I mean, that is unusual. I mean, I know I've got all this gray hair, but we did not see anything like the kind of volume we're seeing right now. 500 million shares traded on a low float stock with dubious news, but that shows you that there's a lot of buyers, shows you there's a lot of eyeballs, okay? Just like I will never forget that day in May, there's a lot of day traders that remember that day. Hence the reason this thing is breaking out so strong. So those are the criteria you're going to start with. Next thing you're going to look for, again, is that press release, that continued news. SR&E is notorious for putting out press releases. Then you're looking for that big move in pre-market. Stock was up nicely in pre-market. You're looking for that 52-week breakout. Nice on the daily, nice on the intraday. I know I'm talking fast, but if you play this video back, I want you writing all these criteria down. Now, if you don't have time to write them down, the great thing about the Steady Trade team is I have worksheets that we step right through that have all these criteria. So check out the Steady Trade team. You get access to all of my worksheets, and you won't have to listen to my fast talk and write everything down. That being said, big gainer early. Now the stock breaks out in the morning. You can see that big move this morning at 10 a.m. It then pulls back and starts to consolidate above VWAP. Now, what is VWAP? Number one, check out a lot of our other videos. I talk about it. Some of you, if you're a veteran of the channel, you're probably sick of hearing me say VWAP. But it is the single most trendy indicator out there. There's hundreds of technical indicators out there. As far as I know, everyone in day trading the last 5 or so years is focused on VWAP. What's great about that is it tends to become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, what is VWAP? It's basically, the way I put it, it's an amalgamation of volume and price. Basically, it's an acronym for volume weighted average price. And the two indicators you hear me say all the time to focus on: price and volume, price and volume, price and volume, price and volume. Now, that's what's great about VWAP. It's an indicator that is exactly that, a combination of price and volume. And you know that when a stock is above VWAP, particularly in the afternoon, at a 52-week high, trading unusual volume in a hot sector, they tend to break out in the afternoon. Buyers are in control. That's why the stock is above VWAP. Now, vice versa, if you're short bias big gainers, VWAP fails, great afternoon short pattern. We'll save that for another video. But you can see SRNE, notice kind of had a well, not a triple, it broke the triple top, but there was a double top at 18 early in the morning as well as just before noon. So now you know that there's resistance on the intraday chart, but yet the stock's still trading high volume. Look at those volume candles, and it's above VWAP. So now as you head into that 2 p.m. window, you can see on my system clock, it's 1:30 p.m. right now, but remember the 2 p.m. Window I talk about is a window. It's basically, afternoon 12:30 to like 3:45. I say 2 p.m. as kind of a shorthand. And you can see right there when it breaks that top at 1:03 p.m., rips to the upside. Almost, well, as of right now, $1 a share higher, and probably continues to break out before I can even finish this video. Then what you're looking to do is you would stop out on that fail of the intraday support level down there in the low 17s. So you've got that kind of bracket idea. You've got support down here. You've got resistance up here. When that stock breaks through 18, you've got a solid setup based on all those criteria I listed. Now, doesn't mean it's guaranteed to work. VWAP fail or VWAP breakouts I think they are my favorite pattern, but they don't all work. But what's great about this simple support and resistance idea is, if it breaks back down to those low 17s, it's headed back towards VWAP. The idea failed. You stop out. You don't hold stocks that break support, just like you want to buy stocks that break resistance. So great example on SRNE of all of the criteria that I tell you to focus on. So be sure to have a process, okay? And many of you might ask, well, how do I start with a process? Take notes, log data, spreadsheets. I'm a big fan of Evernote. You see me using it every day on the daily lives that I do on social media. It's a great way to log your data. You can screen save charts. You can drop them into Evernote. Or heck, back in the day, I still have binders over there of charts that I used to print. Data, data, data. That's how you find a setup that works for you. That's how I found this pattern 6 or 7 years ago. Was I started to recognize, wait a minute, every time these big gainers in a hot sector hold above VWAP and the market's strong, they tend to break out in the afternoon. That's why I call it my favorite part-time trader or new trader pattern. All right, everyone, be sure to check out the Steady Trade team. I know I talk fast on these videos. I go through a lot, but I also know it is YouTube, and everyone's got a limited attention span. What's great about the Steady Trade team is it's 2 webinars every day, morning and afternoon. And in that morning webinar, we're talking about stuff like SRNE. So 4-5 hours in advance. So you can be that part-time trader. You can jump on the webinar in the morning, take your notes, build your watch list, and be like, hey, if SRNE breaks the high of the day, we got a solid setup. We talked about it in this morning's webinar. And again, you can see new high of day, 19 incoming. I should just keep this video rolling and see if we can get 20. That's the power. Oh, look at that. Maybe we will. So anyway, thanks everyone. Be sure to ring that bell. Watch the archive videos. Check on SRNE. This video is being recorded on August 10th. Go back and let's see what SRNE did on August 10th. Drop me a comment below. Probably does 20 plus. Let's see if I'm right or wrong. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you on the next video.